Well guys, here we are, month 12. Finally, 1 year has gone by and this is my new hair. And what a crazy change it's been, going from where I was just a short time ago to now. I mean, amazing. I can't say how happy I am. I mean, honestly, I can't even express it. It's beyond words. So I wanted to kind of show, this video is gonna be a little bit longer just because obviously I've got a lot to cover, but first and foremost, I didn't manage to film a video last month, so you'll notice month 11 is missing. And I'm sorry for that. I was traveling. I was in London and then Paris, and we were in Maui for a time, so I was slammed with travel, so I didn't get a chance to shoot. But honestly, I didn't notice too much of a difference from month 10 to 12 anyway, so other than maybe some extra density. So the hairline, how it's come out, I mean, I kind of showed in the last video. I haven't had it cut recently, so I've got a bit more hair. It's longer, it touches my eyebrow, which is pretty crazy considering I don't have any of this. So the hairline design, how it's come out, super happy with it. I've had compliments on it. No one, even people cutting my hair, no one's noticed. I mean, like I mentioned, I think in the last video, I had a barber cut my hair. He's been cutting hair for 50 years, and he said that this is the best one he's ever seen. He would never have thought that this was a transplant. So, I mean, what higher compliment can you get than that? But other than that, I mean, obviously the increase of the confidence, I have stopped getting any sort of comments on my hair, which I've gotten pretty much my whole life, or like my age, as it really caused me not to look my age. It was maybe added on about 10-15 years, having the recession and obviously the grey down the sides. So it's definitely improved like self-image, so massive confidence boost there. The entire procedure really coming down to like the recovery process, because I was just thinking about it, you know, just like where I was this time last year. I'd be flying back from Tijuana today, or from San Diego, and it really wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. If I had to go through it again, it wouldn't be something I would dread. I wish I'd done it sooner. Probably the only thing I can honestly think of that I would regret is not having done everything sooner. Once I found the surgeon, you know, obviously you want to do your homework and everything, but you know, now that I feel comfortable with him, I would absolutely have gone to him again. And so that'd be my only regret. The recovery process really was not too bad. I mean, it goes a lot quicker than you'd think. I'd say the only bad thing is obviously you got to take the time off work and the gym and everything, so that makes it hard. It's kind of a waste of, like, say 10 days you can't do anything except from nurse your healing head. So just a dead waste of time for the 10 days that you're down. But otherwise, I mean, the actual recovery itself, easy. I'd do it again. Hopefully I won't have to, but if I did have to, it wouldn't be something horrendous. It really was not that bad. I mean, you have to consider how good the clinic is and how professional it was, and yeah, it made all the world of difference. So the itchiness, I won't miss that. I will say I think that it was, I hated the itchiness of the scalp more than I hated the pain of like getting the injections done. But the injections are quick, but the itchiness, you know, that lasts for about a few days after. So yeah, really. Otherwise, these are very minor issues compared to like the final outcome. These are very minor things. So the results have come out better than I could have hoped for. I really didn't think they'd be able to do too much, considering where I was at, you know, having lost so much in the front. I certainly didn't think I'd have like this, you know, bushy. It just crazy to me. I don't think I had this when I was younger, which is it's wild. But yeah, so the long-term results really start coming in. I would say I noticed I was out of the shedding phase around month 3, which you noticed probably when I was in Mexico. I was back in Mexico, in Puerto Vallarta, shooting that 3-month video. That was when I first saw like the shedding had stopped. Month 5 was when really I noticed like, wow, I've got some really good hair coming in. And then after that, it's just every month got thicker, better, and the hair begins to, like, I don't know, almost change like how it feels, how it looks. So it's definitely a process. But yeah, I have a lot of people reaching out and they're like panicking in month like 2, month 3, and it's just the process. There's really nothing you can do except from wait. You just got to wait until month 5, month 6. It doesn't look great. You know, you're coming out of shedding phase, and it looks a bit hideous. But once you hit that month 5, month 6 mark, after that, it's great. It's amazing that they can do it. It's almost like witchcraft. I would never think that someone could do this with your hair. I would just never think it. But I didn't even know there was a surgery for this until like maybe 2 years ago. I had no idea. I thought people just go bald and then you wear a toupee. But yeah, so no, apparently it is very viable to get your hair fixed. So then, as far as medications, I was doing that for so this is about 18 months on from when I began taking the meds for the hair. I'm still taking them, and I will be forever. And I guess that's another part of this, is the medication plays a huge role. It wasn't alone, you know, obviously enough to get me back to this point. You would still need the surgery. However, hopefully that's going to keep me out of Tijuana taking these meds. As much as I say that the surgery wasn't that big of a deal, it is a nuisance. Again, the 10 days off work, going down to Tijuana, and, you know, a couple days down there, and it's a whole thing. If I can avoid it by taking medication and preventing further hair loss, absolutely I will. Absolutely. So I know there's a lot of people that don't take the meds or won't take the meds, but you know, it is what it is. So if you want the hair, you got to do the meds. That's finasteride. That's the biggest one. Minoxidil, not as important. That just makes it look a bit thicker. But the one that's going to keep you from losing ground against this hormone that causes hair loss, that's the finasteride. And if you don't take that, guys, just don't do it. It's just not worth doing this if you're not going to take the meds. So, and I understand there's side effects, but yeah, you're just not going to stop your genetics. You can't fight your genetics. If you're not, I'm not meant to have hair. I'm not. So without the meds, it's just no chance. But I followed all the instructions as well. So I think that also played a role. I had quite an early breakout with like hair. I wasn't drinking. I would stay physically active. I'd stay out in the sun. Like, basically they hand you instructions at HMR. I did everything, did all of it. I followed every single step, even before and after, to a T. I mean, I didn't break one of their rules. So maybe that helped, because, you know, I'd have people messaging me like, how have you already got this hair at month 5? This is where I'm at. And well, I guess that's it. I didn't smoke. I didn't drink. I tried to be very, I'd used special shampoos and everything. Anything that they recommended, I did. So, even healthy diet. I think that, you know, not too much salt in the food, which is hard if you live in America. You know, just things like that. You try and keep as if you're recovering from surgery, you know, and it is a surgery. It's just in my opinion, it's a small cosmetic surgery, but, you know, there you go. So, I think following the directions be very important, and definitely taking care of yourself and taking care of your hair because this is your investment. You paid a lot of money for this, so now obviously you need to take care of it. Okay, and then as far as like if I were to go back for another transplant, I'm not going to. I'm so happy with where I am at the moment. Like, just to be able to achieve this, I've got something good. I don't want to mess with it. So, no, I wouldn't go back unless I had to, unless I had more hair loss. But I'm really hoping like the finasteride keeps me on track and not losing hair. That would be ideal. So, but if I did, absolutely, I would go back to HMR, and you know, they could charge whatever. I'd go back to them because they just were that quality that I was looking for, and I feel comfortable with them, and I would recommend them, as I have to the whole of YouTube. So yeah, but no, I'm hoping to maintain the results just using medication, and that's it. So, but I actually got an email from HMR yesterday saying that they wanted to possibly even use these videos to create, I don't know, some sort of social media post or something. advertisement for the clinic, so which I told them they are more than welcome to do. I didn't do this because, you know, I wanted them to have, I wasn't paid to do this, but obviously, yeah, I wanted to help the clinic. Look what they've done for me. They've changed my life. So I've changed how I look for the rest of my life. So yeah, massive thank you to HMR. Really genuinely massive. And then thank you all of you as well for following along. And thank you for your messages. I've had a lot of people be really, really kind. So thank you so much to everyone for watching. And I will be back probably with a 18-month update. So I'll probably be back in about 6 months, just to see if I guess it continues growing for another 6 months, or like there are still some minor changes, but otherwise this is it for the main set of videos I wanted to do. So it's been fun. The process has actually been a lot of fun, vlogging it and documenting it, so I've actually really enjoyed it. And if I can, I'll throw some pictures up of like before and after. But my editing, I know this hasn't been the most professional production, so if I can edit in some pictures, I will edit in some pictures, but bear with me, guys, bear with me. So anyway, again, thank you very much, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all at 18 months.